Vera Ellen, one of Hollywood's most celebrated dancers, faced heartbreak that no applause could heal. Despite dazzling audiences with her grace and talent, her life off-screen was filled with unimaginable sorrow. From personal losses to hidden health struggles, the reality behind her fame was far from the joyful performances we remember. Few know the sacrifices she made and the pain she endured while maintaining her dazzling public image. Join us in this video as we explore the heartbreaking story of Vera Ellen, a star whose life was full of both brilliance and tragedy. On February 16, 1945, in the lively theater district of New York City, a young Vera Ellen made her stage debut at the Music Box Theater in Laughing Room Only. That night, the audience had no idea they were witnessing the rise of a dancer who would become one of Hollywood's most celebrated performers, an artist whose name would soon be linked with precision, elegance, and breathtaking dance. Behind the applause and bright lights, however, Vera Ellen's story carried hidden truths often overshadowed by her more famous peers. As she navigated Hollywood's golden age, she built a lasting legacy in film and dance, while maintaining an air of mystery that continues to fascinate audiences today. Born Vera Ellen Rowe on February 16, 1921, in Cincinnati, Ohio, she showed a natural gift for dance from a young age. Encouraged by her parents, Martin and Alma Rowe, she channeled her talent into rigorous training, turning a modest Midwestern upbringing into a stepping stone toward stardom. Her dedication and skill would later define her career and inspire generations of dancers. By the age of 10, Vera Ellen was already winning local dance competitions and impressing audiences with her poise and agility. Her hard work paid off when she was accepted into Cincinnati's Hessler Dance Studio, a key milestone that marked the first step toward her future on stage and screen. At Hessler, she refined her skills in ballet, tap, and other dance styles, gradually shaping the distinctive technique that would become her trademark in Hollywood. Vera Ellen's ambitions soon led her beyond Cincinnati. Determined to pursue bigger opportunities, she moved to New York City at 18, arriving with focus and resolve. She made her Broadway debut in Very Warm for May in 1939. Though modest, this role marked the beginning of her ascent in the dance and theater world. Her breakthrough came in 1942 with By Jupiter, where she earned critical acclaim for her performances and solidified her reputation as a rising star. This success paved the way for her move from Broadway to Hollywood, where her skills could reach an even larger audience. In an era when dialogue often held equal weight with performance, Vera Ellen demonstrated the power of movement over words. While she achieved fame in Hollywood, her impact relied almost entirely on her extraordinary dance abilities. Her voice was rarely featured in films, and her career offers insight into the artistic and practical reasons behind this distinctive choice. When she transitioned to film in the early 1940s, Vera Ellen quickly became known for dazzling dance sequences and visually striking performances. Unlike many of her contemporaries, her singing voice was seldom used in her roles. This was not due to a lack of talent, but rather the demands of her roles and the studio system's emphasis on marketable sound. A notable example is the 1954 classic White Christmas. Though a musical, Vera Ellen's singing parts were dubbed by professional vocalists, a common practice for actors whose voices did not match the film's sound requirements. This was not a critique of her abilities, but a decision designed to ensure the film's overall performance quality. The studio system often prioritized polished vocals over an actor's personal singing skills. Vera Ellen, however, was primarily recognized as a dancer, and her roles were tailored to highlight her extraordinary talent in ballet, tap, and jazz. Her singing, therefore, was intentionally secondary. While her voice was rarely heard on film, her performances reflect a commitment to her craft and a focus on excellence. She understood that her strength lay in expressing character and emotion through movement. Her artistry allowed audiences to connect with her without words, turning her dance into a language of its own. This approach cemented her reputation as a dance icon, proving that dialogue was not necessary to leave a lasting impression. By prioritizing dance over singing, Vera Ellen challenged traditional expectations in musical cinema and demonstrated that art communicates in multiple ways. Her voice may have been absent, but her expressive steps, spins, and leaps conveyed a lasting and powerful story. Beyond her performances, Vera Ellen influenced generations of dancers, setting new standards for storytelling through movement. Retrospectives in The Hollywood Reporter and Variety often credit her with expanding the possibilities of dance in film. The Guardian noted, "While many stars dazzled audiences in her era, Vera Ellen's legacy stands out because she redefined what dance could achieve on screen, making it central to storytelling." Choreographers and dancers have also paid tribute to her influence. Mandy Moore, who choreographed La La Land, remarked in an interview, "Vera Ellen wasn't just a dancer, she was a visionary. Her combination of precision and emotional depth has influenced my work tremendously." Vera Ellen's performances continue to inspire dancers on Broadway and stages worldwide. In 2021, Lincoln Center held a tribute event honoring dance legends, which included reenactments of her iconic routines from White Christmas and On the Town. The event was widely praised, with attendees noting it as a reminder of her timeless talent and artistry. She worked closely with choreographers, including the renowned Robert Alton, to create sequences that pushed the boundaries of dance on screen. These collaborations highlighted not just her technical skill, but also her creative input, making her an integral part of the choreographic process. Through her work, Vera Ellen introduced audiences to a unique blend of styles, combining classical ballet with lively jazz and tap rhythms. This innovative approach helped expand the presence of dance in film, making it more engaging and accessible, while inspiring new generations of dancers and choreographers. Her contributions were groundbreaking in several ways. She was one of the first performers to seamlessly combine classical ballet with modern dance in cinema. Her performances transformed dance from a visual spectacle into a storytelling medium, showing its ability to express emotion and narrative depth. Vera Ellen's influence extends beyond her performances. It lies in how she reshaped the perception of dance in film, establishing a standard for future performers and choreographers. Her impact on the industry continues to be felt today. Yet behind the acclaim, Vera Ellen faced significant personal challenges. She struggled with anorexia nervosa at a time when the condition was poorly understood and rarely discussed. The pressures of maintaining a dancer's physique, combined with the demands of her profession and the beauty standards of the era, worsened her condition. By the 1950s, as her career peaked, the effects of her eating disorder became more visible, drawing concern from colleagues and audiences. With little awareness or support for mental health issues at the time, Vera Ellen faced these struggles largely alone. Her personal life was also marked by loss and difficulty. Her marriage to Robert Hightower ended in divorce, and she later married a wealthy businessman, seeking stability amid personal and professional turbulence. Despite these hardships, her dedication to her craft never wavered, securing her place as a celebrated figure in dance and film. The birth of Victor Rothschild's child, Victoria Ellen, offered some stability, but her second marriage was overshadowed by tragedy. Their daughter died from sudden infant death syndrome in 1963, plunging Vera Ellen into deep grief. This loss profoundly affected her. both personally and professionally, and she gradually withdrew from Hollywood. At the same time, the entertainment industry was shifting. The decline of the golden age of musicals and the rise of new formats reduced opportunities for dance-centered films, the genre where Vera Ellen had excelled. These changes, combined with her health and emotional struggles, left her increasingly isolated in an industry where she had once thrived. Despite these challenges, Vera Ellen's legacy in dance and film remains undeniable. Her technical skill, combined with an extraordinary ability to convey emotion through movement, solidified her status as one of the most talented performers of her era. The silence surrounding her personal struggles during her life and after her death on August 30th, 1981, underscores the human realities behind Hollywood's glamour. A particularly intriguing aspect of her career involves her wardrobe choices in later films. Known for her slender frame and grace, she often wore high-necked dresses and gowns, especially in White Christmas, 1954, and subsequent roles. This distinctive style sparked speculation. Some suggested she used these costumes to hide a prematurely aging neck, a feature she may have felt self-conscious about. Rumors about her anorexia added to the theories, suggesting the wardrobe helped conceal perceived flaws and maintain her ethereal screen image. Those who worked closely with her offered a different perspective. Costume designers emphasized her love of fashion and her active role in selecting her outfits. Her preference for high-necked attire reflected her refined taste and elegance. Collaborating with designers like Edith Head, who worked on White Christmas, she helped create costumes that were visually striking while allowing her to perform complex dance routines with ease and grace. Whether for style or concealment, her wardrobe choices highlight both her fashion sense and her enduring on-screen mystique. Vera Ellen's personal life included moments of love as vivid as her screen roles. Her marriage to fellow dancer Robert Hightower in 1941 marked a meaningful chapter, founded on shared passion for dance and mutual dreams. At first, it promised both personal and professional fulfillment. But as her career soared, the pressures of success began to strain the relationship. By the mid-1940s, following her acclaimed performance in On the Town, 1949, and growing fame in Hollywood, the demands of her career and public scrutiny tested their bond. In 1945, during Hollywood's relentless pace, Vera Ellen and Hightower faced the toughest challenges in their marriage. Despite attempts to keep their relationship intact, the couple eventually divorced, while her career was at its peak. This period reveals the hidden costs behind the glamour, where personal relationships often suffered in the pursuit of professional success. The end of her marriage to Hightower was a deep personal loss, closing a chapter filled with unresolved questions. Yet, Vera Ellen's strength emerged in her later marriage to Victor Rothschild in 1954, which brought stability and a chance to rebuild both her personal and professional life. Her hope for happiness endured even through sorrow. Tragically, that hope was tested again with the untimely death of her daughter with Roth, leaving a lasting grief that no praise or applause could soothe, exposing the vulnerabilities behind her public image. By the late 1940s, particularly around 1949, after her acclaimed role in On the Town, Vera Ellen quietly began extending her influence beyond the spotlight. Known for her on-screen collaborations with legends like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, she was celebrated for physical grace and extraordinary dance ability. Behind the scenes, however, Vera Ellen actively supported emerging talent and promoted the arts, especially ballet, during a time of rapid cultural change. Her dedication to dance went beyond her own career, reflecting a commitment to nurturing the art form for future generations. While her screen work included numerous iconic performances, her off-screen contributions revealed a devotion that reached far beyond personal achievement. Vera Ellen worked to advance dance as a respected art, using her connections and resources to support its development. She helped establish scholarship programs to train young dancers. Although details about these initiatives, such as specific names or dates, remain limited, her contributions to the arts in the early 1950s are an important yet often overlooked part of her legacy. She also influenced dance in film by pushing for more complex and technically demanding sequences, encouraging performers and choreographers to elevate their work. Her advocacy helped cinematic dance gain recognition as a serious art, contributing to a wider shift in how dance was viewed both in Hollywood and beyond. Despite these efforts, much of Vera Ellen's work went largely unrecognized during her lifetime, overshadowed by her celebrated film performances and personal struggles. Only after her retirement and her passing on August 30th, 1981, did the full extent of her contributions to dance become clear. Her final major screen appearance, Let's Be Happy, 1957, reflected the artistry and dedication she brought to every role. This Technicolor musical offered a bittersweet close to a career that had illuminated Hollywood for over 2 decades. By then, Vera Ellen had firmly established herself as one of the leading dancers of Hollywood's golden age, admired for both versatility and technical skill. While the film may not have achieved the commercial success or acclaim of her earlier work, it provided audiences with a last glimpse of her extraordinary talent, a final testament to her commitment as Hollywood evolved and audience tastes shifted. After this film, Vera Ellen gradually stepped away from the spotlight. The decline of musicals in cinema, along with personal challenges, led her to retreat from Hollywood. She focused on her personal life and managing health struggles, including anorexia and the devastating loss of her daughter. Despite these hardships, Vera Ellen's legacy remained secure. Her influence on dance and film continues to be celebrated by fans and historians who admire her artistry, breathtaking performances, and the joy she brought to audiences around the world. Vera Ellen passed away on August 30th, 1981, in Los Angeles, leaving behind a body of work that continues to inspire admiration. Thanks for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next video.